Stocks to watch this week. So the stocks that we're going to go over today is Intel, SpaceX, Walmart, stocks, Netflix, Nvidia, Tesla, and Drom. So starting off with Intel, right? So on the daily chart, we are currently above the 9-day moving average, which is a bullish sign. Another bullish indicator is that the 9-day moving average has crossed over the 20-day moving average. The next thing that we need to do to break out is that we need to break the 50-day moving average. Next stock that I'm going to talk about is SpaceX. So currently, SpaceX, a couple weeks back, they reported earnings, and this particular day, they tried breaking out of the 20-day moving average, but got severely rejected, and we saw a decline in the next couple of days. But recently, we have seen that the 9-day moving average has crossed over the 20-day moving average, which is a bullish indicator for SpaceX. So where do I see SpaceX going from here, right? So if we do see like a pullback, a slight, healthy pullback this week, I do expect for SpaceX to retest that 9-day moving average. But other than that, I feel like the trend for SpaceX is bullish from here. Now looking at Walmart. So Walmart, I mentioned Walmart a couple weeks back. I basically mentioned that there was a inverse head and shoulders pattern on Walmart, and basically, let's see if I can draw it out for you, but I doubt it's gonna look good. That's the shoulder, that's the head, and this is the shoulder. I don't know if you can see it really, but basically there was an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I said that if it were to basically to retest this previous shoulder support of 108, then there could be a possibility we bounce to the upside, and that's basically what we've been seeing happen. Basically, we saw a reversal to the upside for Walmart. So currently, the 9-day moving average is over the 20-day moving average, which is a good bullish indicator for Walmart for more reversal to the upside. And currently, we're above the 50-day moving average. Now, if Walmart does decide to do a pullback, then I expected for Walmart to test the 9-day moving average as support. And if we bounce off the 9-day moving average, cool. We'll see Walmart go up even more. Okay, now the next stock I want to talk about, well, it's really an ETF. It's SOX. It's a 3x semiconductor ETF, and basically we are above currently the 9-day moving average. Again, basically the 9-day moving average is above the 20-day moving average. I expect for SOX to approach the 50-day moving average soon, now that we're seeing that the 9-day moving average is above the 20-day moving average. So we'll have to see what happens this week. Now, the next stock that I do want to talk about is Netflix. And basically, Netflix, a couple days back, which was, Monday. So basically, Monday, we made it over the 50-day moving average. Then on Tuesday, we broke below the 50-day moving average and finished below it. Then the next day, Wednesday, basically, we basically bounced off the 9-day moving average. We regained control of the 9-day moving average. And then the next day, the 13th, on Thursday, we saw a bounce to the upside, and basically we finished over the 50-day moving average. Now, currently, the 9-day moving average is now it's basically above. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can see it. Basically, the 9-day moving average is above the 50-day moving average. I basically expect for Netflix to approach the 180 or 200-day moving average. If I'm being realistic, either by the end of this month or by September, in the middle of September. So we'll have to see what happens. So, and also if you can see on the MACD, the MACD is over the orange line. So this is a really, really good sign for Netflix investors to see bullish momentum to the upside. The next stock is Nvidia. Basically, Nvidia, it's looking very bullish, but here's what I think about Nvidia currently, right? We're approaching these past resistance levels of 226, 225, right? And basically we need to retest, we need to break out of those levels. That way we can see, Nvidia start, breaking to the upside. But if for whatever reason we have trouble breaking out of those resistance levels, then I expect for Nvidia to do a healthy pullback, I'd say to the 9-day moving average. And if we break below the 9-day moving average, I expect it to approach the 20-day moving average. But from here, it's looking very bullish, and it looks like on, Friday, the high was 227. So if we can try to break out of 227 tomorrow or by this week, then this is a very good sign for Nvidia investors to see more upside. And I think I'm just going to talk about these two last stocks, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So, and basically the next stock I want to talk about is Tesla. Tesla is very interesting because basically, I'm not sure if you can see it, just barely, but the 9-day moving average has finally made it over the 20-day moving average. And basically on Friday, we finished over both the 9 and 20-day moving average, which is a very good sign for Tesla investors to see more momentum for this week to carry. And so I expect for Tesla to start approaching the 50-day moving average soon. Once we break over the 50-day moving average, we will definitely see more momentum to the upside. So now the last stock is DRAM, and basically DRAM it's an ETF. It's not a stock, but it's an ETF, and it basically tracks memory stocks. So currently DRAM, the 9-day moving average just recently curled above the 20-day moving average, a very bullish indicator, and the MACD is over the orange line. So very bullish signs for DRAM, and basically it looks like we're about to approach the 50-day moving average. If we approach the 50-day moving average and slightly get rejected by it, okay, I expected for DRAM to approach once again either the 9-day moving average as support or the 20-day moving average as support. And if we can use those moving averages as support, then we can see a bounce off of it, and we can try once again to break the 50-day moving average. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stocks that I'm watching this week. So I'll keep you guys updated, and basically an update on the $1,000 portfolio challenge. I'm starting off where we were at. So basically we were at I think it was at $1,200 something. So basically we're going to start from there, and we're going to try to trade some of these stocks that I talked about that I'm going to watch this week. Reminder, it's a paper trading, so we'll see how we do. So that is pretty much it. I'll keep you guys updated. Peace.